A very good morning to you. I just been looking at my lovely colors here and sort of picking out some seed beads for my wall to go with it. How's everybody? I hope you have a lovely start of the week. Happy Tuesday, everyone. We're gonna have a bit of a technique Tuesday again. I'm gonna show you right angle weave, and we're gonna use it with crystals and size 11 seed beads. So it's only a couple of materials, but it looks really, really good. So we're just gonna get to that just in a second. Let me just quickly say hi to you all. I see like some people had snow, some people had very bright weather. I love Catherine is saying a wet and windy Cork Island. I love, love, love this weather forecast in the morning, like you telling me all that how's it where you are. I was so jealous last week. Everybody had snow. We didn't even have a snowflake here, but hopefully, at some point we will have some snow. Maybe even if it's just for an afternoon or just for an hour, or just like I don't care, just snow. Right, everybody. So I have been playing around with these bicone beads, and let me turn you down and show them to you. So I made this lovely little bracelet. This is really, really dainty, and this is what we're going to be making today. Now, this is just a technique I'm showing you today. Let's actually zoom in for you a little bit and pop myself in a corner. So I'm going to show you how to do the technique for this one. Really easy, very effective. I use 3 different colors of bicones here. Now you can do it with 1 color, you can do 10 colors, you can do as many colors as you want into it. I think when you add like 2 or 3 different colors, you got sort of a graduation ombre finish going as well with a simple pattern, which is this is really simple pattern. Now, Simon has given us 15% off on the bicone beads today, so I'll show you the, it's already applied on the website. So yeah, Lucy's saying it looks very delicate. Yes, I love it. I really do delicate stuff because I got like quite large wrists, so I tend to do chunky stuff. But things like this, I really do love it, and it's quite flat as well. So let me just take it. It's quite flat as well, so it sits really nicely on the wrist. Very easy pattern you can do like very, very quickly. Right, so we got 15% off on the, and let me just go to the main so I can quickly take you to the website and show you. Now, link is in the description. So if you do need to get some, then you can. Let me just see where is my Safari window gone? There we go. Pop that here. So by now you all know the drill and what to do on the website. Let me just very quickly show it to you. So today is a little bit different actually what we normally do, because normally it's set up on a page for Facebook Lives, and I think they did it a little bit different today. So there isn't a dedicated page in the Facebook tutorial ones. However, if you do go to categories, you go crystal beads, and then there is so many different ones we have here. We got bicones. You can click on bicones. The link is in the description. You go on premium bicones, and we're using the 4mm ones today, and the 15% off is already applied. We have got, I think, about 60 different colors. We got many, many different colors to play with. So I suggest just get a couple of shades. Get like, you know, the colors what you like. That teal goes really nicely with the teal opaque, but I'll show you. I got a couple of strands here, and just experiment and learn the stitch. And if you want to, do let me know in the comments. I'm gonna come back to me. Let me know in the comments if you want me to like work some colorwise out for you. I can, because the plan is I'm going to show you the basic stitch today, and if you want to, next week we can come back and we can look at how to do a double row, and we can look at how to turn into a necklace. So we can we can really grow on the pattern itself. So today we're going to do a single row. Let me just turn you back down so you can see I'm holding it. I'm showing it to you, and then the camera is not on the right one. So today we're going to do the single row, but if you want, we can come back next week and I can show you how to do a double row, and I can show you how to turn it into a necklace as well. And do you want me, it's like stuff like this, because it's so easy. It's only have a couple of you know, materials in there. Only got crystals and only got seed beads in there, but I guess, like, you know, working colorways together, I just pop together like sort of a navy and blue colorway what I would like to demo today. Or well, equally we could do that, or we could do like a lilac-y pinky one as well. It depends on like what you fancy, but if you want, I can put colorways together for next week and then and type up some sort of instructions. Right, let's get going. So the premium bicone crystals are just gorgeous. They're so nice to work with. They come in so many different colors. We got opaque finishes. We have got, that's an AB finish. This is another AB finish. I love all the finishes we get with this one. Now, what's so special about this? Let me just move them to this hand. What's so special about this, that they are pretty much the same size as you're working with them. They are really nice quality, and going along the colors as well, they are really nice and consistent in the color. So sometimes you get crystal strings when, like, especially with the red ones, one bead would be darker and the other bead would be lighter, and this one, their color is perfect, as well as the shape. Now sometimes with cheaper bicones, sometimes you have got like a sharper edge to the crystals, and they're not really suitable then to use in a stitch project, because they would cut the thread in your stitch projects and you could lose your bracelet. But the premium bicones are really good quality, and they are really a joy to work with. There is many different colors. You know, it's what you like. We all like different colors. Yes, they're 4mm premium bicones. Now you could try a pattern with like normal bicones. I prefer the premium ones because, like, look at, you can see the size there. The size of the crystal is exactly the same, and then it gives you a really nice cluster of beads. So if you used a crystal which is varied, then when you're putting your clusters together on the bracelet, let me just bring the bracelet in, they wouldn't sit together so nicely, and one of them would be a little bit of an oblong, I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Bernie's saying yes please for PDF instructions. Yeah, I'll do that. So if you don't know, like, if you don't follow, if you back up, if you follow me personally, you know there is things are going on in my life at the moment, which I was like, you know, I'm a bit overwhelmed. But if you watched my Sunday night chit chat, I did tell you all, so you know what's going on. So you have to bear with me. But for next week, I will write up the instructions and pop it into a kit, but put some colors together. So what color variations would you want to have? Because I can work at least 10 or 15, or if not 20 color variations. You know me. I love working with my colors. And, like, you know, we could do sort of purpley colorways. We could do navy, just very quickly picking up. We could do like a sunshiny colorway with orange and reds. Do let me know in the comments right now. Diane just said watching with sound off. I just thought, like, oh, have I not got any sound, because like other week the microphone was muted, and I was talking and nobody was hearing me. So do let me know in the comments, if we put kits together, what colors do you want us to put together? Do you want more, like, you know, what is your favorite color? What, like, purples, blues, aquas, like yellow gold. Camille is saying gray invested. Devon, that's the better, that's not for the beads. So do let me know that which one. Blues and greens. Charlotte is saying, what colors are you looking for? Because I really want to put things together. What green and gold, Lucy's saying. So this is so interesting, and this is really good to Cameron is saying blues and greens as well, because, like, you know, if I'm keep giving you aquas but you want navy, then I really, you know, if I'm giving you purples but you want pinks, or if I'm giving you vice versa, I just really want to work out the right colorway for you. There's so many other colors. I'm just gonna put a few more on here. I love that lime greeny color, very, very springy, Eastery color. Aqua, seaside colors, Alison is saying, oranges, your neutral. Yes, so I'll have a look after when we finish the live. I have a look all of these comments, and at the moment it's a little bit difficult because I am only in the warehouse on Wednesdays. So homeschooling mom here, I'm afraid I have to stay with them. So tomorrow is my day in the warehouse, and what Meena saying rainbow. Wow, yeah, that would look really, really good. Red and pinks and lilac, aqua, please. So Wednesday is my only day in the warehouse. So tomorrow when I will make sure I pick colors together. Mary saying black and gold. I never done anything in black and gold ever. So that would be a really good one to experiment with. Pastel mix for spring, Robbin is saying. I think that would be good as well. Peridot colors, yes, that's sort of these sort of greens. We could do something like, again, this would be really nice. And then I would probably add yellow in there with sort of a green, maybe iridescent seed bead. So bind it all together. That I think that would look really, really good. But we could just sit here for an hour and just play with the colors. Well, I could definitely just look at menacing Morocco, please. Your ring, Charlotte is asking. What do you mean about my ring? I haven't got any rings on at the moment. I should be putting my wedding ring back, but I had like over Christmas a bit poorly and my fingers kept swelling up and it was really uncomfortable. Don't tell my husband. And then I got into the habit to not really wearing my wedding ring. Right, let's get started. As nice as it look at colors, but let's get started. So I got a couple of colors here. Shall we do navy? Or shall we do like a lilac-y purple here? Do let me know which one do you want me to work with, and which one shows up better for you, and we will play with that color. But does that still have a shine on it? So lilac with purples or navy with a steel blue. Earthy colors, that would be good as well. I have a really good look on Wednesday. Dorothy's saying navy. I love navy. Well, it's not exactly navy. Pat is saying navy. Black. I haven't got black in front of me. Lilac and purple, purple, navy. Lilac, purple, navy. I think the lilac is winning. Sorry everyone who loves the navy as much as I am. Or not, navy is coming back. Yeah. No, navy. No, I think the purple is winning. Even though I'm looking for the looking for the lilac comments, but the navy comments, but lilac is winning. Right, so let's go with the lilac. Right, so the seed beads I chosen, it's none of the colors of the crystals. It's complete, like a little bit lighter color here. And the crystals, I got a purple iris, I got a purple, and I got a lilac color because I really want the seed beads to show up on there for you. Now we're gonna use one of these clasps. I'm just used one of these because there is hardly any weight to the bracelet. So on my bracelet, I think there is 72 crystals, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 times 4. Can somebody do the math? How much is 17 times 4 quickly? That's 34, 68, isn't it? Is that, am I right? 17... 34, 68. Is that 68? I think so. Somebody do the maths for me. 17 times 4. So yeah, I only got 68 crystals on this bracelet. On a strand, when you buy them, you get 100. So that would be 3 strands would be enough for 4 bracelets. 68. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I can't do maths this early in the morning. Right, so we're going to start by adding this clasp. I just use this magnetic clasp. I love magnetic clasp. This is the smaller version. We have been using the larger one for quite a few projects. Today I'm just using a smaller version because there's hardly any weight to this bracelet. You could add toggles, you could add any clasp you wish. You were saying 68, that's good. So my math still works. Right, so because I'm using these beads, I could even add this clasp, but I think that's too coppery, so I am gonna go with one of those. This is a rhodium color. I could go silver. I could go silver, that's like that. But I think the rhodium will blend in better because I got some darker colors as there as well. Right, so the seed beads I got here, they are Tohos. Now, Tohos are, what I love about Tohos, they are quite even. They are a really good quality. They are, as Sarah calls them, they are your posh seed beads. And they are perfect for bead weaving. I'm just reaching for my thread, so I'm gonna, the threads I'm using is Supalon. And what I always try to do is to match the color of the seed bead, and it will disappear. It comes in 36 different colors. They're really great to work with. Right, let's get off some of these crystals. I'm just gonna cut the end of the strands. And I'm just gonna put them out in front of me. Now, I always make these mistakes. I put them above there and then I sort of have to reach over to pick them up. So I'm actually gonna pop them to the side here so I can easily pick it up. If I zoom out a little bit, can you see they're just gonna be the side here, and I'm gonna add the second color underneath it. So I'm gonna go between colors. Just pull a few off. And I'm putting the strand on the other side, so if I need to, I will take off more. The Supalon I'm using is size D. Now there is two sizes of Supalon available to purchase. They got D, which is the thicker one, and double A, which is the thinner one. Now I use D all the time. I would use double A if I, for example, using size 15 seed beads. I'm just going to give you a little bit more light on the mat. I would be using size 15 seed beads, or I would be doing a pattern where I have to go to the same seed bead, size 11 over and over and over again a lot. This one we will be going around a lot, but it's not, it will be all right with size D. The D holds up to pound in 6 pound in weight. Right. So we're going to start, there's a couple of ways you can start. You can either start sort of anywhere in the middle of the stitch and just do the stitch itself, or you can start at the clasp. Now, a couple of arm span of thread is probably will do us the whole bracelet. And in that case, I do like to start by the clasp, because then you got that really nice foundation to work with and it's not going to move. We're going to knot our thread just underneath that one of the loop on the clasp, and gonna get started. I'm gonna go right in. I'm gonna zoom in for you. So I'm gonna pick up, go through the loop on the clasp, and I'm gonna pick up 3 seed beads. Now we always work in a we always work with 4 bead clusters, but in this case the loop on the clasp will be our 4th bead. I'm gonna now, well, I can either go through it again, or knot it together straight. Perhaps if you knot it, or if you go together, back up, go through all of the beads and the loop on the clasp again and pull this up nice and tight. You form your little circle, and it's easier to knot it together. So all I just went through the loop and the seed beads again to form my first little circle, and now I'm gonna knot my tail end and my working thread together, so I got a nice and strong base. That's it. Just the left over right, right over left, pulling it nice and tight. Now I'm gonna go towards, so I don't, when I do this, I don't want to go back towards the seed bead. What I want to do, I want to go through the loop of the clasp, because this time when you, after your knot, whichever way you start to go with your thread, that's the way you're pulling the knot to. And I don't want to pull it inside the seed bead itself. And then I'm gonna come down the seed bead, continue on the side and come across the seed bead on the bottom. Right, and we are ready to add our first cluster of crystals. So I'm going to do sort of an ombre finish. So this one I did lighter, middle, darker, lighter, middle, darker all the way down, but we could do light, middle, dark, middle, light, middle, dark, and sort of do that. So let's do that. You can make up your own pattern. Oh, Lucy's saying she loves the seed bead color. So this seed bead is color number 127. I love this one as well. I can't remember the name of it, but I remember the color code. Right, I'm going to pick up 4 crystals on my needle. Just go back in, and I'm going to come through that seed beads I'm exiting out of to form my first little cluster there, just like that. Make sure it's not twisted and just it sits sort of nicely on the top around the seed beads. Then I'm gonna continue with my stitch. I'm gonna go through this crystal again, pull this up nice and tight. I'm gonna pick up 1 seed bead, go through the next crystal, pull it up nice and tight, pick up another seed bead, go through the next crystal. So I'm just following the thread path I already created. Then going around, pick up the next seed beads, come down the 4th crystal, pull this up nice and tight, and then I'm not gonna go through into that seed bead, and I'm gonna go through just the crystals. So I'm gonna miss that this is bottom seed beads, because I want to sew the crystals together the same way how this crystal has got a thread path with this crystal without the seed beads. So I want to create that last little bit just over there. So I'm just gonna pull this up nice and tight, and then I'm gonna go up to the top. Doesn't matter if you go to the seed beads or not. I just want to get to this top seed bead. And from here, let me just take a sip of my coffee. And I'm gonna pick up my seed bead. So I already have 1 seed bead here for my cluster of 4. So I'm gonna pick up just 3. I think when we add the next lot of crystals, we're gonna see it better because this one is quite light. So I'm gonna go through the seed beads. I'm exiting that way, so I'm gonna come from the other way to make the next circle. And then what I need to do, I need to weave my thread around so I get to the top here and come out to the top seed beads. So I'm just gonna go along the side and up the top. And now we are in a position to add our next lot of crystals. So I'm going to pick up the medium color now. I'm going to pick up 4 of these. And I'm exiting the seed bead this way. So I'm going to come from the other side and just go through that little seed bead, adding the crystals this time. And I think varying the crystals and the seed beads, it just really makes it nice. Going through the first crystal I just added, make sure you pull it nice and tight. I like to hold on to Burke, so I like to hold on that when I'm gonna go through the next crystal, I do like to hold it together sometimes between my index finger and thumb, so they won't move then, and my stitching is gonna stay nice and tight. And I'm adding the seed beads in there, then turning it around, adding the next seed beads between the next crystals, and adding the next one. Well, we can see it so much better now. because the crystals are darker. So from here, I'm not going to go through that seed bead. I'm going to jump straight into the crystal and go right up to the top. So can you see by adding the crystals afterwards how pretty that is, just sitting the crystals? But because we pick up the crystals first, we're having a much tighter weave and it sits together so much better. So I'm going to add my little cluster of 4 seed beads here. I already got 1, so I have to pick up 3, go through the same seed bead from the other side, pull this up nice and tight, and then move along up to the top. I'm trying to hold a nice and tight tension, and I'm ready to add the next colors of crystals in there. And really that's how how easy it is. There is nothing else to it. I do love patterns like this when visually you get such a nice weave. However, like the method how you're making is quite easy, and you can do so many different things, like by we're doing the same sort of right angle stitch over and over again, just using different beads, filling up a seed bead here or there in between the crystals. But I think it makes such a pretty pattern. And this shows you, just like with 2 materials, this is why I love like the snake stitch, which is like only using like 4mm beads and seed beads. So you would like use pearls or crystals and seed beads, but you create such a tactile little stitch that it looks pretty no matter what color you're making. I'm just going to jump up. And now, so what shall we do? Shall we? This technique Tuesday is becoming like a mini creation station here. What shall I do? Shall I have, what sort of pattern shall I do? Shall I jump back to the lightest color? Or do you want me to sort of work my way back down and do the middle one, then the lighter one, the middle one, then darker one? So sort of ombre up and down, or do you want me to do the lightest color? Oh, Lucy's saying she loves this. Oh, I love this color as well, Brenda. I think, you know me and my purples. You could make a longer one as a wrap. Absolutely. You could wrap it around quite a lot. Mary's saying the light one, continue with the light one. So start with the light one again. Lighter, light. Everybody's saying the light one. Yes, I think we're going to jump back to that one. Oh, Angela's saying, miss some of us. It's my granddaughter called. We'll need to catch up later. So once we finished the video, once we finish the live, it will stay on YouTube, and it will stay on Facebook as well, so you can go back and watch it anytime you want to. We appreciate if you gives us a thumbs up, gives us a like, because the more like we get, I guess that's how I can I don't know, because we get so many lovely comments, but that's right, very easily how I can identify if, when we did a video, if, like, you know, if you loved it or you liked it, if you give us a like, then I know that you love that technique or love that color. So if you give us a like on the videos, that's really, really appreciated, and it helps us identify that perhaps maybe do more things with that sort of stitch or that sort of colorway or that sort of crystal beads or anything, or that, like, I just added 3. I'm gonna very quickly step back, or that sort of beads. So if you like what we do, then just give us a like, perhaps share it with a friend, because we love to spread the love for the craft. I love beading, and even though if I, you know, in the evenings I will sit there and do beading, because I just love working with all the different textures. I love working with all the different types of beads, all the different shapes, all the different colors. It's just really endless. I think I don't really want to offend anybody, but I think beading is the most tactile craft out there, because even like working with cards and working with paper, like, yes, you could have so many different prints and you could have so many different you know, finishes again, and you could have so many different ones. But I think with beads, they're just like that. There is just like so much. I love that one. Oh, and he's saying, what is not to love? You and your team have taught us so much and helped us sensible during the last year. Mind you, my bank account has taken it. Oh, bless you. But think about the hours of fun that you've been having, and you've been like, you know, you've been creating at home. And I just think that is what priceless, because for your own entertainment, I think it's, you know, what you could sit there, read a book, you could do so many different things, but doing craft the thing what you like, it's always like, for me, it just brings me joy. It just switches my mind off. I just really lose my, it's very therapeutic as well. Right, so I'm just going to add the next color crystal. And keep going on, keep on adding the crystal. It's very easy, it grows quite quickly. So for probably, it will take you about, I don't know, about 40 minutes to an hour to make a bracelet. I'm going to speed up with a little bit so I can just make sure we got a tight tension. While Lucy has said, thank you for the stars. I can't see actually who the person sent the stars until sort of the live finishes, because the comments doesn't come into my thing. Let me just have a look. So every bit of star is appreciated from you. And what we decided that, so if you don't know, for your favorite creators on Facebook, you can send stars. On YouTube, you can super chat and send them sort of money. And the stars mean, like, I'm not 100% sure, but I think 100 stars is like a £1 to donate it. It's like a little tip jar to your creator. And what we decided with the two Sarahs, that any stars what we get, then once this situation is over, and once, like, you know, we will be free to roam and free to go anywhere, with the stars what you donate to us, we will go on a spa day, just the three of us. Right, I'm going to add the seed beads here. So whoever sent the stars, thank you so much. So I'm adding the 3 seed beads. I think it will be a must needed spa day. I love, I think who doesn't loves to be pampered? So I'm looking forward to that one. You just have to do it somewhere in the middle. We have to meet somewhere in the middle. But mind you, they both of them are like, both Sarah's are Peterborough way, so maybe I need to go up. Right, let's pull this nice and tight. So I'm just going to go and add the seed beads in here. But I suppose you get it. So it's a very, very easy stitch, really nice, and grows very quickly. So do have a go, have a little practice. And next week, you all sort of wanted, I'm going to look at the colorways, what you said, and I'm going to have a look, like, you know, I'm going to, when I'm in the warehouse on Wednesday, I'm going to have a look and put some little kits together with the seed beads, because sometimes, like little bundles, it's not even about, you know, having the bundle, it's about putting the right colors together. And I tell you, some days I can put my hand on the right color straight away, but other days I will have 2 or 3 different tries until I get to the right colorway. Now, of course, and I am going to do this in the middle here for the, I'm just going to add actually 1 to 5 and 5. 6. So what you can do, so you don't have to do this little middle 3. I think those little section of 3 seed beads are really, really pretty, but you could do this as well. So instead of picking up the 3 seed beads, I could just go straight in and pick up the crystals and add that to my beadwork. And then I'm still going to add the seed beads as I go around the second time. So you could do this as well. So you don't have to have the little seed beads, the little 4 pieces of seed beads in between. You could have it just the crystals, and then it will be, I guess, more sparkle. You will use more crystals, but still a bracelet wouldn't use more than 100 crystals. Well, depending on size, of course. If you got a tiny wrist, right, the 2 Sarahs, I think they both got quite small wrist. I'm the odd one, I got the big one. You can get even more out of it. Right, so I'm going to add one more section here so you can really see how that looks when we don't add the seed bead in between, just with the crystals, just because that one is quite light. So you could do that as well. So there's plenty of options. Just go through, turn it around. Actually, I like to bead away from myself, so I always like to bead on this side. And adding the seed beads, just very quickly zooming around. So this is actually good as well, because as you're adding the seed beads, you are going around the crystals one more time, reinforcing them and tightening up, making your thread path even nicer. Your tension, I mean, not thread path, following the thread path, making your tension even nicer. Just go to the top. And I show you. So can you see? You could do that as well. So you could have seed beads in between, and then you could have without the seed beads as well. Entire is up to you. But whatever you do have a little play. Let's add. So 1, 2, 3. I like to be, even if I'm asymmetrical, I like to be symmetrical. So I would, if I do that, then I would need to do like so many, and I do the end with that one again. So I'm going to add probably another section or 2 just with the crystals in there. But I'll finish this later. I won't keep you here for forever. I'm just going to add one more section so we can have got a little bit more to see. They're both equally nice. It's personal preference. Or make one with the seed beads in between and make one without the seed beads, but equally, instead of just having one seed bead section, you could have like 2 or 3 seed bead sections and then adding the crystals, spacing them out even more to make your bracelet go even further. And especially, I can't remember who was the name who said do like a double wrap bracelet. If you space your crystals out, I think that would look really good in a double or triple wrap bracelet, because the seed beads in between those little links just would be longer. Right, just going up. Right, that's it. And when you're ready at the end to add your clasp on the other side, I would just pick up a seed bead, go to the loop on the clasp, pick up another seed bead, and I would go around that section probably a couple of 2 or 3 times to really strengthen it, and take your thread back and just knot it off. So they use a 1 thread knot and just knot it off, and that's it. I really do love it. I think both are really nice as well with the seed beads in between, and it's nice without the seed beads as well. Or I haven't made a section, but we could have more seed beads going. There is so many different options you have with just a couple of seed beads. Charlotte is saying, I think I prefer the seed beads in between too. Yes, I think I'm more drawn towards this one, adding the little seed beads, because this one is more, it's going to sit more like a flat bracelet with the crystals all together. And if you add the seed beads in between, it just spaces it out and makes them look like little sort of square shaped sections. So the clasp at the beginning, we just picked up, gone through the loop on the clasp, we picked up 3 seed beads, went around all the loop and the seed beads again, and knotted the end and the beginning together. And actually I can trim that bobbin off. I'm going to use my cutters. Usually I wouldn't, but I think my scissors is in the other room. So, and then you just work the end off, and then you go all the way down at the end, and you're going to repeat that when you get here. Pick up a seed bead, do the loop, another seed bead, go around a couple of times to reinforce it, and then just take your thread back. And he's saying she likes the seed beads in between too. Looks like flowers. Yes, absolutely. I really do love it. And for sort of design, but I'll show you next week. You could some sections you could make bigger, and some sections you could make smaller as well. There's so much you can do. Brenda's saying more fluid with the 4 seed beads. Yes, it's got more of a movement in it then. She really likes the 4 seed beads as well. Like the jade bracelet colors, like, or I think you can do like colors where they blend in together, or you can have all sorts of different colors adding together. You could do. Right, let me just see if I haven't missed. I don't want to miss any of your questions. So let me just see if I haven't answered. If you got any more questions, please always put a Q in front of your questions so we can very easily identify, and I can answer it. And I got Lucy, she's gathering all the questions and she's putting it in one place for me. So at the end, I have them all together. So the bicones I was using is 4mm premium bicones. I prefer the premium bicones because they are a nicer size and they're better quality. So they're less likely to have sharp edges to cut your thread. So anything stitching or anything weaving with thread, I like to use the premium bicones. Kieran asking, Kitty, do you do the findings that you put 4 crystals on to repeat to make a bracelet? I'm not really sure which one do you mean, but I need a bit more information on that one. Do you mean glue it on, or do you mean stitch it on, or I'm not really sure what you mean. It was Charlotte who sent the 70 the stars. Charlotte, thank you so much. And she's been sending stars for us in 5 weeks in a row. Thank you so much. It's really, really appreciated. And as I said, we will all the stars we get, we're putting it on a side, and we're gonna go on a spa day with the 2 Sarahs once we finish and once we get back to normality. So thank you so much. Every little penny is appreciated. Do you think this will work as a necklace? Yes, it will, and I'll show you next week how to do it. Could you use a different shade color seed beads? You could use any seed beads you want. It's your own design. You can contrast it, or you can use opposite colors. You can do anything you like. This is the beauty of making your own jewelry, that you are in, you design it. You can do whatever you like. Elaine is asking, can you show me how to add the, I just showed that how to add the clasp at the beginning. Could you use size 8 seed bead instead? I'll have a go. I have a little try with the size 8 seed beads. I think they're going to be too big because, and let me just turn you down and I'll show you, because when you do your little stitch and you go around those crystals, you need to fit that seed bead in there. And I'm just looking if I got any, and I can just do one little section for you, but I haven't got any on my on here on my table. And they will pull your crystals up too much, so they will give too much stress in between, like pulling your crystals apart. So I wouldn't, for the 4mm, I wouldn't add anything larger than size 11. And in fact, I would even suggest to go down to size 15. Try it with size 15. But if you use bigger crystals, then yes, you absolutely could. If you use 6mm or 8mm crystals, then I would use size 8. So proportionally, the bigger crystals you use, the bigger seed beads you need to step up to use with them. Do you do the findings that you put 4 crystals on to make a repeat bracelet? Kieran, I need to know what sort of findings do you mean. That are you glue in? What about 4mm pearls instead of crystals? Elaine is asking. Now, I think 4mm pearls wouldn't work as nice as they work the 4mm bicones, because you can see the bicone has got the shape that they sort of sit in with each other. They sit around each other, and they are really with the round beads, it's a bit more, they will keep apart more. I'm hoping that makes sense to you. But bicones, they just fit together and they sit on top of each other perfectly because of that shape, the sort of cut in the shape. If it was round, they would sit together, but they would, I think the bicone, personally, I think the bicones are nicer. Susan asking, can seed beads added on the center of the crease up? So you could go back and add seed beads on the top of this in many different ways, how you wanted. I could quite easily just to pick up. I mean, I would probably make the bracelet first and then come back and add things on the top of it as well. Somebody's got birthday. Happy birthday, Maureen. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So I would make the bracelet first and then come back and add things onto the top of it. But equally, in between, I could pick up sort of any, I reckon 5 seed beads would work. So you could add like a middle row, or you could add all sorts of different things. Once you finished your bracelet, you could come down on the side and you could add extra seed beads on the side to frame it. That's another option you could have. There's so many different things you could do. Right, so that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. So I got the message that you want me to put colors together and you want me to work out like you want me to write up, not work out because I already know how to do it, but you want me to write up a PDF instruction. So I will do that for next week and we will be back. And the colors, I'm going to go back after this is finished. I'm going to go back in and go and have a look at the colors, what you all wanted. I did see like loads of suggestions for different colors. I'm probably going to limit it between 5 and 6 because I still need to sit down and make samples up for it. But that's it. Very easy make. And next week we're going to have, I'm going to show you how to do a 2-row one because I love when they sit together in a 2-row, and you got a couple of options because you can have them, I'll tell you next week, you can have them slanted and straight away. So that's going into a bit more intermediate with the stitch. So that's what I really would like to do. Today we had a bit more of a basic look on it and just start with it, play with it. And next week we're going to have a bit more intermediate into the stitch as well. Oh, thank you. Everybody's saying thank you so much for the oh, Eleni's saying, I love peaches and creams. Yes, I hear you. I will go through, I will export all of the comments and like, you know, I put in, I make the colorways up for you. But like, why I asked about the colorways, because my safe colors are the aquas, are the navies, are the purples, and that's where I go through. So when I design something, they will be the first colors when I pick up. And when Sarah comes, well, not now because she hasn't been blessed or down since last year in August, but when she comes down and she picks out colors in the warehouse, she will pick out the greens, the golds, and that sort of color spectrum, the other end. And that's why I think we work very well together, because we like very different color. And I think you either like a sky person, liking your blues and purples and pinks, or you like an earthy person, liking your greens and creams and browns and oranges and that sort of earthy color. So that's why I think with me and Sarah work very well together. But that's why I really want to, when I do bundles, to tailor it to you what you want the most. Right, everybody, tomorrow is Sarah Payne is going to be with you, and she is going to talk about professional finishes, how to make little tags, she's going to give you a few tips on growing on what we did the video. Was it about 3 weeks ago we did the video on photography? So she's going to give you a few more tips on that one and as well. So it's going to be a really informative around your, not necessarily making your jewelry, but what you can do with it, how you can sort of apply it to sell it better and do all sorts of different things. So be sure to tune in for that one. And Thursday I'll be back with a special lady doing showing you special instructions. So yeah, so have a lovely week, everybody, and I'll see you very soon. Bye, everybody. Bye.